Welcome, Panther fans, to another edition of Panther Preview. Coach, went to D'Iberville, took one on the chin.
Absolutely. 100%. We went over there. We knew D'Iberville was a dangerous team to begin with. Their record was not fooling any of us on the coaching staff at all. And we went over there. They're a really good football team. I mean, they played Columbia. They played Picayune. A lot of people don't realize that less than 5 minutes to go in the second quarter, it's a 7-0 ball game. So we got a taste of some smash mouth football that we needed. Our season has crescendoed up as we've gone, so our opponents keep getting tougher and tougher, and that was by design because we wanted to make sure our young men were able to understand that gradual improvement each week is the most important thing. And last week I'm not sure we got any better. So our goal this week is to make sure that we do get better. But all the credit in the world goes to D'Iberville, Coach Ladner and his staff. A Panther alum, Mo Gowdy's on staff over there. His son had a whale of a game, but they did a really good job defensively in the second half, holding us to 7 points. We were outscored 20-7 in the second half. But we did some really good things as well offensively. Jacoby and May, he had 7 catches for 168 yards and 2 touchdowns. Good for tying for second on the yardage list, which is big, all-time yardage list. And then Silas threw for about 235 yards, which was really good for him. Running backs, they had a tougher time. Friday night, D'Iberville did a really good job of stopping the run. After seeing what we were able to do against Gaucher in the second half, they really did a good job preparing for that. But our receivers did a phenomenal job. From Freifogel, Darius Carter, Jacoby, and Chris Campbell. Chris had the most catches in a game. He had 4 catches for his career high in catches in a game. So they did a really, really good job of catching the football. Just in the second half, we came up just a little bit short. We had an opportunity to go in and go up 29-22, and we weren't able to get into the end zone. D'Iberville took the ball down. They scored, and they were able to go up 20. They were able to go up 27-22. So again, we get the ball back. We're able to go down. We get inside the 30-yard line. Driving, getting close to the goal line. We had a couple of mistakes, couple of drops, couple of calls that didn't go our way, and things that you can't control. So we had to give the ball back to them, and they drove down the field to go up 34-22, and that's how the game ended. Weren't able to field a sky kick at the end, and with about 2.5 minutes to go to get back on the field and try to go down, score quickly, get an onside kick, and win the game. So the message to the team is this: every week we got to strive to improve, and as a coaching staff, we got to do a better job of making sure those guys are ready Friday night. It was almost as if we talked to our guys afterwards and at practice yesterday about playing with maniacal effort. One of the things that we pride ourselves on is playing with great effort all the time. And second half, sometimes I don't think we tapped into what we tapped into the week before. So we got to keep working to tap into that maniacal effort all the time, because in all honesty, high school football, you put everybody in a sack and you shake them up and you throw them out. There'll be a different rating every single time you do it, because different teams show up on different Friday nights, and you've got to be prepared to play your best every single time.
Well, I tell you, listening to what you say and I guess shaking that sack, defense, we couldn't get off the field.
Yeah, we had 2 critical mistakes on that last drive. We had 2 5-yard penalties to give them first downs, and that's hasn't been typical of what we've done this year so far. So it was an atypical performance of not being able to get them off the field and to give up 28 points. I mean, previous to that, we'd given up 28 for the whole year.
Right.
So we gave up as many points or more points Friday night than we did all year. So again, we came back in on Sunday. We broke the film down. We talked about our scheme. We talked about our fits. We talked about making sure we have the right people in the right places. And we're still sitting in a very good place at 3-1 going into Biloxi, who's probably one of the most talented teams we've faced so far from a standpoint of just consistency. Catlin French has done a really good job in Biloxi of making them consistent. They don't wow you. They just go out and they execute their game plan. And for the last 4 times that we've played Biloxi, it's been really, really, really tight ball games. And I think Catlin's first year, it was they beat us on a toss pass, 14-12, in 2018, and then we were able to go over there and we beat them at their place. They beat us here, we beat them at their place, and last minute of the game, got a catch from Houston Johnson. He was able to take it into the end zone, and we were able to beat them. And then last year they come over here, and we're on the 2-inch line, ready to go ahead 2 scores, and we end up not getting it. And they go down the field on a 99-yard drive, score, and then they beat us on a last-minute field goal. Or actually, they're up, and we have a chance to beat them on a last-second field goal, then we go wide right, and we're not able to finish the game. So again, there have been opportunities. In fact, last year against Biloxi, I think we executed our 2-minute offense as good as it could have been executed to get us in position for the winning field goal. So it's going to be a battle. They have a really good coaching staff, really good football players. Their running back is spectacular. They got some receivers that are really, really good. But I'm just excited about the way our guys came to work on yesterday. They put their hard hats on. They've watched film, they've evaluated themselves, and they understand what they need to do to get out of here in order to prepare to win on Friday night.
Well, when you're 3-1, the teams are going to come to work for you. They are going to. They've got you on the schedule. They know they're going into a program with a winning record. They're going to bring their A game. We have to be prepared to bring our A game too. And as you were the last few years, you were just running it down about the being so close, but that's where you want to be in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You want to be in a position to win.
You want to have a chance. You want to have a chance. And going back to Friday night, we had a chance in the fourth quarter, and that's all we can ask for. No matter what goes on, you can only control the controllables. And by controlling those controllables, we're able to put ourselves in positions to be successful. And we're going to continue to saw wood and carry water and do the things we need to do in order to get better, and just appreciate everybody and their support of the young men that are on the field. They're doing a phenomenal job. They're getting better each and every day, and just very, very proud of how they are responding to what we're going through here, and just watching them grow.
Well, if you were with us the first game to this last game, there is a huge difference. You can see the progress. You can see the work that these guys have been putting in. You can see just we've gotten better. Or no, we have a long way to go, but we have gotten so much better. Their field presence is completely different than it was when the season first started.
Absolutely. I mean, I think we do have an air of confidence in ourselves, and that's going to go a long way once we get to region. But like I reminded the kids, I mean, this whole pre-region schedule, it's kind of like the NFL preseason. It really doesn't mean a thing. You can be 4-5-0 going into your region, and it doesn't mean a thing. Jeff Davis County several years ago, they were 0-5 and win a state championship. So Poplarville starts out 0-4, 0-5 a couple of years ago. They play for a state championship. So it's really, you're working on you. You want to make sure you come out healthy. You want to make sure that you come out in a position to be competitive in your region, and just get to the playoffs and be able to play your best football in November.
Well, and that's where we need to be. Coach, tell us a little bit about the tickets.
All right, they're GoFan only, so you can go to GoFan and get your tickets for the Biloxi game. It is at the Biloxi Stadium. It's a great venue. My wife says they have the best bathrooms on the coast.
Nice stadium.
Nice, very, very nice stadium. So it's going to be a nice night for football. The temperatures dropped a little bit. We're starting to get a little bit cooler at the nighttime, a little bit cooler in the morning. So good football weather for South Mississippi.
Absolutely. What about the cards? They're still for sale.
Yes, we still have our discount cards are out there. We've got young men coming around. We're going to do a blitz next week. We're on our intercessional next week, so in the afternoon we're going to get our kids to go out on Wednesday, Thursday, do a blitz in the neighborhood. Just hit everybody up and make sure anybody that wants one has one. There are a limited number of those. The deals are great. They're fantastic deals on there. So if you have a question about that, you can see any member of the quarterback club. You can see a player or a coach, and they'll be glad to hook you up with one of those.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, we're looking forward to going to Biloxi, and we want you to be there, be in the stands. But if you can't be, Gulf Coast Sports Media We'll be bringing the game to you on YouTube Live, which we did have some technical difficulties and wasn't able to broadcast YouTube, but we did do the Facebook. So you can catch us on Facebook Live too. So if you can't be there, catch us on air. We'll see you next week in Biloxi.
Thanks, Harold.